Obviously, back at the club now in capacity as assistant manager. Let's, I suppose, rewind the clock back to when you left first time. How was that moment in your career?
Yeah, it was a tough moment. I can't lie. Being at a club like Maidstone, it's never easy to leave. But the manager felt his decision needed to be made, and it proved to be the right one, because he went on and obviously did well and got the club promoted to the league, to the National League. So look, these things happen in football. There's no player at any level as big on a football club, and obviously it was disappointing. It was a sad point in my career, but these things happen in football, and obviously I had a taste of what it was like last year, being that side of the fence, and you've got to make tough decisions at times. And so I've never had a cross word with Jay during that time and that moment since, and we spoke a lot since I left and until I came back, and I'm just grateful to be back in the capacity and back at the football club.
So at the moment you did leave, whereabouts did you go head off to in that time?
Well, I had a short spell at Hemel, had a couple of games there, but then I said the opportunity came to go to Leatherhead as assistant manager, player assistant manager, and it's obviously something I was always keeping an eye on. I wanted to step into in my career, and so I ended up assistant manager for half a season at Leatherhead, and then joined assistant manager, player assistant manager down with Darren Ayre at Hastings. I had half a season there, if you like, and then made the leap into being the manager last year. So it was a busy period since I left, but yeah, learned a lot and enjoyed it.
How was that period at Margate last time? Obviously, 12 months ago, you were about to embark on your first season as the gaffer, as a man in charge, so ultimately responsible for the actions on that pitch. You know, when you look back at that 12 months, is it a time you look back with a bit of pride in what you did achieve down there?
Yeah, I do. I mean, when we first took over, it was very difficult. Club was in a bad situation, but it took over by a great owner. Not just interested in investing on a football pitch, interested in investing in the football club. And the leaps it's made down there since my time there has been brilliant. I sort of really enjoyed it down there. You look back and obviously a bit of disappointment that we thought we should have made the playoffs last season. So the last stretch of 12 games I think cost us, where we only won 1 in 12 and missed out on 2 points. Only losing 2 of those games, you know. So we were a very difficult team to beat. It was one thing I wanted to go in at Margate and do was I always felt they were played a bit open and were a bit, if you said lost games, they should maybe have lost. And I think from that respect we solved that. We only lost 9 games in the league last season, but so we drew far too many. So you look back, there's things I'm proud of, there's things that I've learned, and things I could have done better. But I said I'm still very, very young, I'm still only 33, and obviously my time came to an end there, and I was delighted when I got a phone call from Jay.
You look back at the Margate, there was obviously some familiar faces for Stones fans in that squad that you assembled last season.
Yeah, I think one thing I say whenever I got the opportunity to go into that type of role, that I want to surround myself with people I trusted, and people that were still obviously good enough for that level, and that's what I tried to do. I built a team around people I trusted, and I knew would go out and give me everything they had, you know. And because I mean, I think the most important thing about putting a squad together is not just obviously good players, is good characters and building a good dressing room. And I felt we did that down there. And obviously the players that I'd played many years with, I knew inside out. I knew they would take care of the dressing room. And I felt we achieved that last year. But I said we fell short in the end. But I said we had one player that from the past regime last season, so we had to put together a squad of 18, 19 players from scratch, and it takes time to gel. You know, even though a lot of the players knew each other, they weren't used to how I wanted to work, how I wanted things to play. But I felt we did well, and if you look over the course of the season, I think we were consistent, but fell short there.
As you said about building that squad, one of those people in that squad was Alex Flish, and it must be about 12 months ago to the week, if not maybe a fortnight ago. Obviously, he picks up that injury at Southwood, and that rules him out for the whole season. So that must have been, particularly frustrating, given the characteristics he would bring to a team, to a match.
It summed up our season a little bit, if you like. I mean, I had Vars Carraguinness, who was here as well, signed, but his mother fell ill, and so ended up not coming. I had Falasitis signed, decided to go on Love Island, and then I had Alex Flisher. So when you're looking across that front three, and you're thinking, there won't be a better front three in the league than that. And then when you add Franny Collin into the situation as well, you're thinking, well, we've got a lot of goals on the side, and then you lose those front three before the ball's even kicked. And I felt for Flish, really did. You know, it was the last 30 seconds of the last pre-season friendly. I mean, even asked the referee how long was left. He said 30 seconds, 2 minutes later, Flish goes and turns and his knee goes. But he's well on the road to recovery. I've obviously keep in contact with Flish, and I think he's back involved in training, so I don't think he'll be far away from starting again. But losing someone like Flish, I mean, we all saw what he does here. He drags performances and results out of teams himself, you know, just because of his sheer tenacity and his sheer will to win. And we definitely missed him a lot last year. And I'm hoping that he can stay injury free, and I think he'll be a big player for Margate this year.
So here we are now, back at the Gallows Stadium, back here in this role as assistant manager. About 7 weeks into the role. How you finding it? How are you liking the squad that's assembled around you?
Yeah, really enjoying it. I think, as I said, the Gaffers put together a fantastic squad. I think an exciting squad, young, you know, so it's a squad that can grow in the years to come. He's got some good experience in there, like Stu and Wogs, who's been about and know the game very well. So it's an exciting squad, I think. You know, and it's going to take time. There's been a lot of new faces in there together. So it's been a good start. You know, I really think pre-season's gone well. I think some of the performances have been very good, and we've had different types of opposition that we need in pre-season, different tests, and I think everyone's just itching to get going come the start of the season. But I'm certainly excited for the season ahead, because I think Jay's put together a really exciting squad, young, hungry, and full of legs. So I think that is what you need to go at this division. You need to be really athletic and organised, I think, which we will be, and I'm really looking forward to it.
For someone that knows a back four, back five inside out, how you liking the combinations that we're able to put together with the with Wogs between the sticks and then those in front of him? Yeah,
really good. I mean, you look at Will and Finney, you've got a great partnership there. You've got Jordan to mix into that, and another can play either centre midfield or that centre half role we did for Woking last year. And I think at full back you've got really good attacking, physical fullbacks in Mish, Seth and George. So I think we've got great options defence. I think you've got competition all over, which is very, very important at this level, and any level really. And the last thing you want to do, I'd imagine the Gaffers say the same, that you don't want a team just picking itself every week. And I think come next week there'll definitely be a few headaches of who plays in different positions and areas. So I think that's it's a great position to be in as a football club. And as I said, one of the most important things that they're all at a very, very good age as well, where they're all going to improve, they're only going to get better, and hopefully that happens this season.
As is the norm with the National League, August and September are pretty chocker with fixtures. It's a Saturday, Tuesday for most of those opening months. Some big tests in that opening few weeks. How do you see it all panning out?
I think you've got to play everyone at some point. You know, I said so. The start of the season, it is thick and fast. It's important we start with a foot on the ground. You know, we start running and we get the results as quick as we can. I mean, we've got a tough test here at the start of the season against Hartlepool, which will be a big tough game, and then they don't get much easier after that. But look, it's as the league. There's not an easy game in this. There's not an easy fixture in this league at all. All the teams in this league are very good sides. So no matter when you play them, it's going to be a tough game. So all we can do is prepare ourselves as best we can, and go out and do what Maidstone United as a football club do. Give everything to the last minute, and hopefully pick up the 3 points we need.
And finally, your arrival back was greeted by, universal praise by the fans. They love the fact that you're returning. What's your message to them? What can they do for the team this season?
Just get behind the team, support them like they always have done. I mean, I've always said it, no matter where I've been, and I've never experienced fans like it, really. The support they give a manager and a team year upon year it's big, and I think it's something that just needs to continue. I know we've had a tough time last year in particular, and it's just important that the positivity and the buzz stays around the football club. Particularly now we've got a young squad as well, where they're going to need support. They're going to make mistakes, some of those players, because of their age, and it's important we stick with them and we support them the best we can. But I've said it's a special club, special fans. I mean, and hopefully we can reward them this season with good performances and climb up that table.